against Miami. Chet Holmgren
had a lot of opportunity on the court together.
Holds the tip. Ben Taylor, Sean Corbin, and Jenna Schroeder, the officiating crew here tonight. Williams, all-star. That ball for zone. They were down 21 to Miami, came storming back in the fourth quarter. Shot clock winding down. Dort misses from the corner, and it's rebounded by Alexander Walker.
And because of their defense, they have the ability to just hit you with haymakers. And that's what happened to Miami last night. They just were electric.
Naz Reid. Hartenstein clears for Williams. Minnesota lost a tough one to Milwaukee. No Antetokounmpo, no Lillard. 103-101 defeat to the Bucks. Williams off the rim, rebounded by Edwards. Edwards had a chance to win it down the stretch, didn't make the three. That ball will be Edwards. Give it up for Reed. Crosses, attacks, kicks. Jumper does not go. Contact. Shot clock at 12. Alexander Walker against his cousin, Gilgeous-Alexander. Edwards, 3-pointers made. So normally it's
from the team's bread and butter. The defense, it forces the opponents to put you on the free throw line more often. And I think that's really going to be important for this Timberwolves team.
Foul called against Jalen Williams. Hartenstein stripped to the ball. Turnover. Edwards, pull-up jump. Off the heel. He's right there for the follow. Euros high off the window, and it Minnesota 0 of 4 from the field. Holmgren, they back off the double team. He's trying to take it at Alexander Walker, and he loses the ball. May have taken a pop to the face.
Yeah, he's been real patient here early, not looking to be aggressive offensively.
And that's the questions pop up when we have to play the young players together, which they're probably going to have to do tonight.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. But listen, they've won 8 out of 12, even though last night was a little disappointing. So starting to kind of find a rhythm. Let's see if they can somehow sustain it here tonight.
Oh, Williams did flush.
They are as good as anybody at going from offense to defense.
Edwards, attack mode. He's
so much pressure on the
40 or more in 3 straight. Took a lot of shots last night in the 2-point loss. 10 of 33 from the field.
And I think 17 3-point attempts as well. So
Gilgeous-Alexander slam.
Versatile, right? He can play all 3 levels on both sides of the ball.
Swing it. Reed, poke away Williams. Reed allowed to go back and get it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Reed using that runway jump shot. It's blocked. Alexander Walker had it denied on the perimeter, and Williams banged into his coach but saved it along the sideline. Dort for Holmgren. Trying to fake out Clark. Holmgren, size advantage, draws the foul. Clear to play. In fact, coach told us there's no minutes.
It's not as if he's not working out in conditioning, but you can't get out there. You can almost find yourself hyperventilating because you just haven't had that in your body for an extended period of time.
Tied at 9. Alexander Walker lost it. Holmgren got a piece, and so good at protecting the ball. They're second fewest in turnovers at 12 per game. OKC trying to break the tie here. Williams off the rim. Hartenstein
do a great job of sharing it, moving without it, and you can tell even in this game, SGA really hasn't looked to be aggressive, just allowing the flow of the game to dictate how he attacks.
Alexander Walker using the Reed screen. 7 minutes to go in the first. Edwards, he got Williams to commit. Give it up. Corner, McDaniels.
And even there, just the attack. He draws so much attention, does Edwards, and then a nice find there for the triple.
Look out, Harden. 12-11, Minnesota. Clark did not foul. Watch hit shows for Jalen Clark. Major because of the injuries. Second year from UCLA, brings a 6'9" wingspan. Minnesota 6 of 6 at the free throw line. Gilgeous-Alexander, body bump, Baker no, jam.
Now off of offensive rebounding, great job spacing it, Hartenstein, and then just reading the shot.
It's also the pace in which they play. They get into their offense. Edwards, kick, extra, Reed, too strong. Rebound, knocked around. Holmgren controls it. Little razzle-dazzle on the dribble. Holmgren drags defenders. Couldn't fit it. Reed trying to turn the corner. Oh, bully ball from
Thunder. Nice job there by Naz Reid of turning the corner.
Ball on a string for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Fend off. Jumper, pure.
Offensively, gets wherever he wants, when he wants.
First 2 points of the night for the leading scorer in the NBA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Edwards one-on-one. Step back, Jay. Can't hit the face savvy. They just play well.
Finds their way. It's
Williams. Lou Dort.
They just stay even keeled, the Thunder, right? Even though that was an incredible play, they still continue to go about their business. And a nice triple there by Dort.
20-18, Timberwolves. Everybody catching their breath. Reed, nice post move.
The break, Chet made a joke. He said, obviously, this is only my third game, so I'm locked in. I'm really ready to keep playing. But Jalen did share with me that it is easy to coast through these last couple of games before the break. You remember how poorly they started last night. They had to have that killer fourth quarter to turn things around. He said it probably woke us up.
Yes, Stephanie, they outscored them 32-8 in the fourth quarter to get the win. Shannon driving, ball movement, Reed, extra, Edwards. Drive and finish.
Possession as you want. They had the Thunder on their heels in rotation, and it ends up with their best player going downhill.
Jalen Williams off the bench. Dillingham is in, brings a lot of speed. Dillingham.
Speed, it can be a game changer at times coming off the bench.
Williams feed out of the post. Lou Dort. And it's rebounded by McDaniels. Minnesota up to 50% from the field. McDaniels runs right over Dort. Numbers, it's also been more opportunities as the...
And you can go small at times. Offensively, making that investment look like a pretty shrewd one.
2.5 to go in this opening quarter. Minnesota looking to bounce back after the loss last night. That ball was tipped. Williams saves it. Gilgeous-Alexander's been held in check so far. He takes it around Dillingham. Chris Finch is 2%, but they're actually 20. Luka Garza is in because of the injury to Gobert. They've had to go a little deeper at the center spot.
The Thunder have come out in a little bit of a 2-3 zone.
Isaiah Joe now in the game as well. Short pop, Garza.
Ally Hartenstein there in terms of spacing the paint. And that's what you want as a big, is present a target when your teammate attacks. And Garza did a great job there.
Jumper, no, for Wiggins. Box out, Shannon. Into the hands of Edwards. Step back. Gang rebounding. And it's controlled by Jones. SGA, pep in his step. It's blocked. Initially, McDaniels was there, then Shannon the help. Shannon all the way. Okay. Obviously the call.
Someone, and how about Minnesota against a team that doesn't give up a lot of free throws?
Let's get more from Stephanie.
Well, guys, talking about Terrence Shannon, when we spoke to Coach before the game, he said that they were really looking at him when they picked him in the draft because he was more mature at 24 years old. It's not just his body and how he, yes, is physically ready to play in the NBA right away. They knew that because of his maturity, it would help his transition into the NBA. And
here's Shannon going to the rim. Foul is called. So Shannon.
Makes more sense for a team like Minnesota, right? Because this is a team
from Texas Tech. 4-22 lead thanks to a 12-2 run. Under a minute to go in this opening quarter.
And how about the job they've done on SGA? Only 1 of 7 from the field. They have been locked in defensively.
Shannon draws the assignment. Gilgeous-Alexander, the blow by. Walker, this has been highly spirited play from Minnesota.
The energy, activity, and physicality has been where, if you're Chris Finch, you love it.
Cutter, Hartenstein, the block on Shannon. Where did he come from? Kenrich Williams provided us again with a
play in conceding the deuce.
Minnesota's lead is 13. Dillingham, drive and kick. Shannon. Rebound, Williams couldn't grab it. It's tracked down by Alexander Walker. So Timberwolves get a reload. If Alexander Walker can get out of there, he can't. Giveaway. Williams on the move. Redirects. That is.
Roster. And this is where, if you're the Thunder, maybe you can make up some ground.
Reed, the jump man of the year. He's got 10 points. He's averaging 14.2 per game. Williams gets it back, lobs it up. Adjustment, Hartenstein, layup go.
And able to convert.
And his passing.
Yeah, and you saw a lot of that last year with the Knicks, where oftentimes when you double range, when you have a great guard, he sets that screen. They're going to tend to put two on the guard, and it puts you as a big in a position to be a decision maker. And he does a good one.
Timberwolves have dropped 2 in a row after a 3-game winning streak. Williams, he puts it over Reed. Hartenstein knocks it to the outside. Joe drives, hangs. Second foul on Clark. Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe. Wiggins, 5 years, $47 million. So there's Stein, Shannon trying to take it to the rim. Wiggins Euros, but missed it. Knocked out.
We allowed them to have the consistency, right? Because they can withstand injuries and struggle sometimes by their best players.
Doesn't go on the scoop. Reed, it worked.
It wasn't. It slipped out of his hands, but it's better to be lucky than good on the putback.
47-32 Timberwolves. Williams defended by Clark on the outside. Hartenstein on a bounce. Joe, extra, jumper, Wiggins.
Space it, and boy, can they shoot that three collectively, the Thunder.
It's a 12-point advantage. This has been with Anthony Edwards on the bench. Minnesota maintaining NBA app. Alexander Walker hits the cutter. Reed to his range, so he's made him
that size, 6'10". Again, being able to play all over the floor on both sides of the ball, such an advantage for the Timberwolves.
Jumper doesn't go for Joe. On the move. Shannon attacks, lays it in. The deuce.
He is looking to put his body on yours every time he touches it.
He's got 9 points off the bench. Williams taking it into the teeth of the defense and setting it up.
Physicality standpoint and great intensity, particularly from the Timberwolves.
OKC has given up 52 points with 7:05 to go first half. Kick it, Shannon. Off the rebound, Reed. Alexander Walker on a kick. He gets it to Clark, but he missed it from the outside. Cleared by Holmgren. Williams, pull up, pop, bottom.
He has just gotten so good and comfortable at allowing the offense to run through him. First time All-Star this year, and deservedly so.
Got out there. 54-42. Williams forcing the action. The floater, 7'2" wingspan.
How much he's improved. He obviously has been a very good player, but being a first-time All-Star makes you look at what the work is that he's put in. He said in the offseason he made sure that he had an understanding of what he was good at and what he was not so good at. I thought that was key. He said it's making him be a more full and complete player because he knew where his weak points were, but also how he could exploit his strong points.
This is on that mid-range jumper, the multi-dimensional abilities of Jalen Williams, 23-year-old from Gilbert, Arizona. Edwards tried to dish it at the last month. Thunder with 14. Reed, leading scorer for Minnesota, with 15. Edwards lines it up. Rimming off. And the tipper. It's an 11-point lead for Minnesota. Gilgeous-Alexander handles it. Screen. Dort. Switch. Cousin versus Cousin. And Reed gets a piece. Holmgren gets mugged on the end. After the Lisfranc injury to Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah. Not a bad time to finish second.
No.
He had a great campaign and really picked up right where he left off, but for the injury.
Campaign is actually on the Knicks. Oh, no, I got you now. I got you now. First half, 17 points. Kick. Lou Dort shooting practice. Foul is hand out. The MVP.
With Cleveland as well, but I don't winning, right? That's why we play the game, and I don't think anybody is having as much success as SGA thus far.
Largest lead has been 17. Clark, it's off. Rebounded by Hartenstein. Turns on the Jets. Turn around. It's blocked by Clark. Edwards ahead. Alexander Walker for McDaniels. Kick, Reed. Step back, Jay. Around the world and out for Reed. Minnesota's 5 of 22 from long range. Gilgeous-Alexander missed it short.
Okay, Reed has been everywhere on this floor here tonight.
McDaniels, good help. Swing it. Reed. Drive and dish. McDaniels in the paint. That is 4 assists for Naz Reed to go along with 17 points, 6 rebounds. Hartenstein kick. Kenrich Williams. He overcooked it. Dort trying to save. He did, but he saved it to Edwards, weaving through traffic. Screen, Reed. Edwards. He got Holmgren earlier on a jam. 10 to shoot. Edwards. Stop. Spin against the grain. Off the heel. Rebounded. We approach 2 minutes to go in this first half. Minnesota leads by 12. Gilgeous-Alexander makes his move. Big shot, no. He can't buy one. 1 of 11. And Edwards rips it away from Kenrich Williams.
Offensive glass here in this first half.
Williams being defended by Edwards. Gilgeous-Alexander now watched by McDaniels. 9 to shoot. Under a minute to go. Gilgeous-Alexander.
I don't know if you can defend him any better than the T-Wolves have in this first half.
Reed gets cut off by Williams. Jump shot, McDaniels, in and out. A 4-second difference, shot clock to game clock. Winding down in this first half. Get through the first wave, second wave, third wave, block. They didn't bite on the spin. They can hold for 1, and will. 10 seconds to go. Reed comes to the ball, 5 seconds. Reed lost his footing. Shannon